Welcome, everyone. I'm glad you're here. I'm grateful to be here in this moment, here and now. I I've had a little bit of a challenging day. I'll be honest. I hope that I'll be able to make it through this. I have a unique. I sometimes suffer with unfortunate. I'm just going to announce it. Perimenopause symptoms. In case you didn't know perimenopause, you should know what that is, especially if you're a young person. Started in my 30s and has been going on for 10 years. Now I'm almost 50. And I have a very unique symptom called burning mouth. And right now, my mouth is burning in these two spots. Okay. Sometimes I can distract myself. I've taken every ibuprofen doesn't touch it, Tylenol doesn't touch it, CBD doesn't touch it. Doctors don't know what to do. Okay. So I'm on bioidentical HRT, la la la. Okay. Um, so um, it could be from having extensive dental work. Okay. And then the nerves are stimulated by the hormone fluctuations because my body is ovulating right now. Okay. But otherwise I feel perfectly fine except for that. Okay. So please, since most of you have ovaries, you understand that sometimes your hormones just does shit to you that you're kind of like, what the hell? Right? Okay. And sometimes it's easier to just distract yourself at some point, right? Like I've spent the whole day trying to take care of it and rest and la la la. And none of it's worked. So here we are. Okay. Um, so I hope that you'll just be compassionate and kind and just just letting you know. um so how does this work? um is that pretty simple. I am going to allow spirits um to dictate who gets the readings because I don't want to be that judge. Okay. And oftentimes spirit will choose people that are in desperate need. I notice some of the people that I end up giving readings to, I'm like, oh, they were really in need. Like, they're homeless or something, or part homeless or some, craziness. um I believe in fair energy exchange for anything anyone ever gives you. And for me, magically, spiritually, if someone does a free reading for you, does a free magic for you, does an event with you, does any kind of psychic reading, looks at your astrology chart, whatever it might be, you should give them something in return that costs you energy too. Some people say it's a spiritual gift. Yeah, well, priest, that's their spiritual gift, right? It's a spiritual gift to be a plumber. It's a spiritual gift to be to be an electrician. It's a spiritual gift to be a teacher or a massage artist. And you wouldn't dream of asking any of those people for free services. Okay. So it's no different in my opinion. Except that mine has the gift that I happen to have. Um, the gift that I happen to have happens to have a little bit of ooglies around it, right? There's some people out there that do scamming and stuff. So I just like to do a little blurb about that. Never pay anyone for any psychic reading unless they have a website with scheduling software. Why do I say that? Because if you pay for a reading through Cash App, they don't have to give you the reading and Cash App doesn't have to give you your money back. It's just that simple. You don't have to be a legitimate business to have to accept Cash App. But if someone has their website set up and they have scheduling software, they have to have a business PayPal account or a Stripe account. They have to prove that they're legitimate. Okay. There are people, there are, You can ask Sarah Mahdi about this if you'd like. But there are actually people in Africa, they call them what do they call them? Yahoo boys, I think it was. And they intentionally get online. They pose as all sorts of things from mediums and psychics to people trying to clean your ducts to people wanting to detail your car or send you a computer. Okay. Like the scams are all out there. They come in all shapes and sizes. I think I've seen it all now. And essentially, they're just trying to get money out of you. Okay. And some people have been taken advantage of. One woman lost, like, I think her daughter said that she sent like $1.5 million. Okay. And so this is realness. This is real. And because he's in another country, it's a little bit harder to track. Okay. So don't ever send money to anyone unless they have a website with scheduling software and a business account, or maybe they're on my list in the group. Okay. Don't do it. I'm trying to protect you. I'm trying to help you because I think scammers are, I think they're assholes. Okay. So, today, what we're going to do is I'm going to start bringing in messages from the other side, from spirit. And when I start bringing those messages in, hopefully you're going to raise your hand. If you don't know how to do that, it's in the bottom. It says raise hand, or it might be under more, depending on if you're on a phone or on a computer. Bright Hawk is my co-host, and she's here because last time we had a little bit of a problem with Zoom bummers, which are gross ass people that intentionally come on and broadcast stupid sexual images that we've all seen before, and then we just have to remove them very quickly. Okay. It's really dumb. It's very childish. It's like having a 12-year-old in the room running through naked or something. It's just dumb. Okay. And then she's also here to help you understand what you're supposed to do, help and keep people muted, because sometimes people will come in and I don't know why they decide to unmute themselves, and then I'm listening to SpongeBob, and that's not really supportive in my ability to bring messages from the other side. Okay. Last I checked, SpongeBob's not on the other side. Okay. And I know your kid needs to watch SpongeBob so that they'll leave you alone right now, and that's cool. But maybe, you could just kind of step into the kitchen or something with your phone. Okay. And just don't unmute yourself unless you match. And then once you start matching, then raise your hand and I'll probably focus in on you and see, because what ends up happening is it's called piggybacking. Is spirits come through in sort of like packages, like groups. It'll be a bunch of fathers, it'll be a bunch of babies, or people that took their own life, or people that had addiction problems. Okay, those are just some examples. I don't have any control about who comes first or anything like that, but then that's essentially what happens. Okay, yes, I'm going to ask you to be on camera if I'm going to read you. Okay. If you start matching and you raise your hand, I'm going to hope I probably won't call on you if you raise your hand and your camera's not on. Okay. So I just won't. It's very hard for me to read a name. I'm trying to read people's auras, and right now I'm going to tap into the whole aura of the group. And when it's sort of like your aura. It's the best description I can give for it. I tap into the aura, the energy of everybody. And sometimes I can get a little bit on a picture or a name, but it's just not as accurate if I can just focus in on you and your energy around you. Okay. It just makes the reading a little bit more accurate and concise. Okay. These are mini readings. They're just going to be a few minutes, and then I'll move on to the next person. Usually I kind of let spirit dictate that. Okay. Spirit dictates most of this event. I've prayed before we started, but I'm going to do another prayer now. I'm going to suggest, now we can't all come through. Normally, if you do a private reading with me, you know that after I say my intentions, that I ask you to speak yours. Okay? Because if you didn't know, when you say your loved one's name, when you think of your loved one, when you ask your loved one to come in, especially out loud, because they don't want to penetrate your thoughts. By the way, I'm not a mind reader, just so you know. Okay, I don't read minds. I actually am really crappy at that. So you have to say it out loud because it's technically for the spirit. Yeah, they could listen to your thoughts, but they often don't because it's an invasion of privacy. Okay. And so just I feel it's an invasion of privacy too, unless a person's giving you specific uh invitation. Okay. So um so most of you, once I say that, they're like, of course. So you have to speak the person's name out loud. Okay. So that's kind of what you want to do. You want to speak it out loud. So so what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna say my intentions, and I'm gonna invite you to speak your intentions too out loud, but on mute. Okay, just speak it on mute and just say, "Hey, brother John, if you want to come through right now, John, please come through. I would really love to hear from you." Okay. These are the kinds of things that will help that spirit come closer to you. And then therefore I'll be able to also tap into them. Okay. Welcome. I'm going to reach out to all my spirit guides. May all my spirit guides step forward in this moment. Thank you to the spirit guides that protect me, that hold me in sweetness. Thank you to all the spirits around me that connect, that help me connect, and that bring messages through from the other side. Thank you for allowing me to do this service here and now, these free readings, spending this time doing this, giving back to the community. Thank you for allowing me to make great matches, to bring energy through in a good way, to hear the messages of the other side and to deliver them with fullness, completeness, and concise meaning. Help us find closure for those that need it. Help us find soothing, reassurance, and validation. Help us to understand, feel, and know that we were connected to the other side. Thank you to all of my guides for helping me bring through the messages from the other side. Thank you, Errol. Just going to say my one spirit guide, man, she really loves this. I actually never met her in real life. I only met her in death. I only heard of her. I would go to different events and everybody would be like, "Oh, do you know Errol?" And I'd be like, "No, I don't know who she is, but I've heard a lot about her." You know, I knew all these people that were friends to her. And I had some pretty close friends that were friends with her. And I ended up at her funeral. And I was like, "I'm at her funeral. This is weird. You guys will love this story." And so I was standing on the edge of the circle. It's a pagan funeral, so they're going around a fire in circles and they're saying prayers and doo doo da. And you know, because I'm a witch, in case you didn't know, I'm a witch. And so I'm standing on the edge of it, and they're praying and talking to her and doing, you know, things that people do at funerals. And I decided to take my hat off and hear what she had to say. Now, some of her reputation that came before her said that she was a little bit of a troublemaker, but she also lived in a wheelchair and had some mental health problems. But she was also a really powerful witch. Okay, she was very powerful. Okay, and the reason she was in a wheelchair is she had diabetes and lost her legs. Okay, and so anyway, so I never met her, but here she was, and she was like, "Hey, I want you to dance the circle with my staff." And I was like, "I'll tell you what, I'll dance the circle with your staff." for you, because she wanted to possess me and dance the circle so she could feel her legs. I said, I'll do that, but you'll have to serve me in death. You'll have to, help me out when I need it. She's like, okay, I will. And so we started doing that, and I danced a circle. And then eventually I came back to the person she left behind, her partner. And I said to him, I said, hey, I know I'm supposed to think I'm supposed to take the head of this thing. And he was like, oh, yeah, sure, you can have it. And he just popped it off the top. It was like this weird rubber head on the top of her staff. He was such a weirdo. And he gave it to me. And I was like, okay, cool. Somehow I knew I was supposed to send this back to my friend. By the way, at this time I was in Las Vegas, Nevada, and I sent it back to Pennsylvania. Brighthawk is my witness. I had no idea any agreement that she had with this guy or whatever. She just told me I had to send the head back to him. So I did. And he totally freaked out. He called me the next day after he got it, because I kind of overnighted it to him because I felt like it was important, because it was, a dead person's thing. And he goes, holy shit, Hollis. I can't believe I never told anyone about the agreement we had, that when she died, I would get the top of her staff. And I was like, and it had a special name. And I was like, oh, well, there you go, man. You got it. Okay. And forever then, I think that was 2016, 2017. Since then, she is at my side. She is one of my strongest guides. She will tell me when people are backstabbing me. She will help me in my medium readings. And she's just pretty powerful. She's pretty awesome. Okay. And she means she doesn't cause trouble anymore, because she's no longer human. Okay. And I understand that. She always says she appreciates that about me, because she's one of the people that helped me understand that she's no longer human. Okay. So when a spirit crosses over, although they keep some of their traits, they're not an asshole anymore. They're not a jerk anymore. They might do things to remind you or to help validate that it's them, but they're really not that way anymore. Okay. So if they were abusive to you, they're no longer going to abuse you. And no, there are not spirits that attach you, and devil attachments, demons and such. If anyone ever tells you that and wants to take it off of you, please don't do it. Don't pay them anything. Okay. So that's that. All right. So Errol is here, and she's very strong with me today for some reason. Who knows? I'll probably find out it's her birthday or something. So I'm serious. So weird. All right. Okay. She's bringing through women, strong women. Okay. Okay, that's why she's leading it. Okay, now I get it. Okay. So she's leading it because she's bringing through women that are super strong, spiritual, kind of on the magical side. They might have been kind of witchy or psychic, or at least into like herbal stuff or crystals, or hanging a horseshoe above the door. Okay, because it comes in all shapes and sizes. I've seen Christians that are totally witches. Okay, we call them Christian witches. Okay, but they could also be of any other religion. Religion is not what we're talking about here. What I'm talking about is spirituality, sensitivity. A person that has an intuition, a person that's on point and was strong in their body here on earth. A very strong woman, like super strong. And yes, Brianna, I've already sort of seen you a couple of times, so I'm pretty sure it has to do with you. As soon as you put your hand up, I got the chills. So now I'm kind of excited to see who it is. But she's super powerful. Brianna, see if this continues to match. She's super powerful, and so that she like had stuff to do with like herbs and food, and like she's really really strong, and I'm pretty sure she might be of indigenous. It almost feels indigenous, because it feels very earthy, if that makes sense. I hope it makes sense. And she's very very in her power. In her power. So Brianna, you can unmute. She's very in her power. She'd be the kind of woman that would tell you, um she would tell you where to go. And she'd also tell you, she'd put you in your place if you were not in it. Um but people just tended to do whatever, like no one really challenged her, but you felt like if you ever crossed her, she'd probably,
It
but you
sounds
really didn't know because no one crossed her.
it sounds like my Nana. She had the intuition, and everybody used to call her a witch. And after I was born, me and her bonded with seeing spirit because everybody used to just kind of like how you said the gaslighting that you're crazy, you're not seeing that, but she knew. My papa's side was indigenous, she wasn't, but she loved the culture and he wanted nothing to do with it. So she showed me the way of things that they would do and got connected with baking. And she would tell someone they were pregnant before they were pregnant. Um,
Mm-hmm.
she was just on it. Like she knew if something was wrong with you, you couldn't lie to her. She would look at you and you would know she knew.
Right. Right. Well, Brianna, I'm gonna say she is with us here now. I felt as soon I was before I was even finished saying what I say, I opened my eyes and I seen you in the crowd, and I was like, that's probably who it is. And then you put your hand up, and I was like, oh my goodness. Okay, so I was right. And I'm just telling you that as soon as you put your hand up, I got the chills, which means yes. She's so excited to be here with you right now. She's just like ecstatic for you and your life. She's actually really excited about your future. She's so excited about your future that she's coming through with a really powerful, positive gift right now. And she wants you to know that she actually is really trying to let you know that she really loves you, and that she's with you. I don't know. Is there something going on right now where you're a little worried about something, but she feels like you
Well,
need reassurance?
I've been, we talked on this your last live. I've been trying to move to North Carolina and I keep talking myself out of it. And the other day on the eclipse, I sat outside because I just needed clarity by myself for a little bit. And she used to have these little purple grape flowers that grew in her garden. And we don't have them anywhere near my house. And one hit me in the head. And I don't know
Oh,
where it,
wow.
and I knew it was her. I just knew it. And I saw an elephant and a cloud in the sky, which she used to have little elephant trinkets in her living room. And I just knew it was her. But I don't know why, like, I just can't stop doubting myself of it. And I know she was someone I would go to because she was like a mom to me.
Yeah, that's how she feels, but she also feels very strong to almost everyone that had any contact with her, really.
Yep. She left an
People just
impression anywhere
respected
she
her.
went. Yep. And she was a tiny 5'2" English woman. But how you wouldn't cross her if she told you no, that was the end of it.
So, do you know what the indigenous part of it is? Why does she feel so earthy indigenous?
I think it's because she's always done natural. Like she grew up in a different era. Obviously, she birthed her own babies. She was kind of the nurse of the family. She birthed her sister's babies. If we were sick, she would give us honey and garlic tea, and she didn't shove
Okay.
pharmaceuticals down us, type of thing. So I always took that from her, and she didn't cook with like measuring cups or anything like that. It was all touch, feel. She had a little flower thing outside, and we'll show you you could eat dandelions and things like that.
Cute,
But
cute. Yeah, she sounds really powerful, actually. She sounds like she knew exactly what she's doing. But she wants to reassure you that you are held in the divine power that is within you, first of all, and that you are held by her. She is with you. She wants you to do the thing. So hold on a second. You wanted to move to North Carolina, right?
yeah,
North Carolina.
I'm living in my hometown and it's kind of toxic here. But my mom
You
lives
want to go
next
to
door.
North Carolina? Are you sure it's not? Why do you want
I
to move to North Carolina? Have you ever
I
been there?
know. I've just always been cold, I guess, and my husband had cancer, so the cold weather here in Washington is just not good for his body.
Hmm.
So we're
All right.
looking for that way, I guess. We keep saying
Okay.
wherever we end up, but like I don't know if we live in Lind and it's a tiny town of 500 people, whereas like I don't know I don't know if I'm meant to stay here. I feel like I'm not meant to be here.
Yeah, is there a reason you're choosing North Carolina, she's saying? That
I,
she's asking me.
I think it just comes up every time I've looked at homes that we could afford or that there's
Hmm.
beaches there and I love the beach. Like I've always felt so connected to going to beaches and like the
Sure,
warm
but
weather.
there's beaches in California too, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm just curious if there was a reason.
And I have a family
Um,
that lives down there, so I wouldn't feel completely
oh,
alone.
okay. Okay. North Carolina's okay. I think you do need to relocate. That is for sure. And um I know it may not be feasible, but maybe just like, take an RV around the country once.
Yeah.
I've been around the United States 5 times in an RV. And in my experience, that really gave me a good idea about what all of the areas are like.
Yeah.
Um, and I know where you are in Washington. Um, and maybe there might be some, I don't know what kind of liberal you're looking for, what you mean by toxic there, except that it's highly military. There's a lot of Marines there, Navy. And so that can kind of feel a little on the toxic side sometimes, I think.
Well, I think it's just the
Um,
town, 'cause it's the town I grew up in, and like my family since she passed has been just. I've learned that I can heal from my childhood, and I don't have to love people because they're my blood. And
nope, you
things that
don't.
they did to me growing up is not okay. And I need
Yeah.
to be strong enough to say I don't need you around me because you can't hurt me anymore. And so I think that's kind of where this I want to get away from it all comes from, not run from it necessarily, but
Well,
I
I
just
did.
need
I
for
used to
one.
live I grew up in Delaware and but I went to Colorado and I picked it very intentionally because it was very green. And because I wanted to get it as far away as I possibly could. Okay.
Yeah.
So I totally get it. You're totally in validation. I'm totally validating you. You should definitely go. I'm not 100% sure that you're going to stay in North Carolina, but you might need to start there. Okay?
Okay. That makes sense.
There might be some other places that you explore, and that's why I'm kind of like maybe you need to, you know, explore the area. Okay?
Oh, okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Brianna. Okay. So I'm gonna and Jamie, Jamie, I assume that you can see the captions. Can you see the captions? Okay, good.
Yes.
Yes, I'm available. We have captions for the hearing impaired, and I just happen to know that Jamie is hearing impaired. Um, Jamie, this woman that did everything match.
I believe so. Yes, it definitely resonates
Did she
as
use some sort of cards? Why is she showing me cards right now?
I don't recall her ever having a tarot deck, but I know she played bridge and that a lot.
Oh, okay. I was about to say it looks like the old fashioned. They used to do tarot with those cards, like
Yes. And
regular.
I have actually done card readings with playing cards myself. In fact, I started out with the playing cards because those, of course, are a lot safer for those of us who don't want it to be read by others.
Ah, okay, I see. I see. So, so that explains why I'm seeing the playing cards. But it looked like but I felt like the person was doing a reading, if that makes sense.
Well, she may have done readings with them as well. I don't recall her doing those. I know she used pendulum type of things and had taught me those type of techniques. But I do know that I've sensed her sometimes when I've been doing card readings and such too. So
Seems like she's your guide. She's kind of like she kind of serves in the same purpose that Errol serves for me, where she
yeah,
sort of energetically has your back in a way.
yeah.
So
This is my
like,
grandmother.
okay,
And
okay,
my dad was adopted, but so not biological, but the only grandmother on that side that I've ever known. So
I see. Okay.
and one of the things that I most recall, I recall one point she actually sent got a Ouija board for us kids, which my parents did not bring home. They ditched it along the roadside somewhere.
Yeah, it seems like she was very out of the box for her family, very out of the box, like very sort of Aquarian Uranus, um,
Well,
to a point where she actually challenged people. She
oh
actually
yeah,
challenged
she's very
people's perspective.
outspoken. Very outspoken. Her family, she was one of 13 that survived, but she was actually one of 17 children. And that, so it was a
Oh
large
my.
family. And she actually had used the term gypsy in saying that they were gypsies. They traveled around, and she talked of making wreaths for graves and selling them door to door around Christmas time and
She also
various.
made some sort of oil.
Yeah, I believe there was some oils and such as well.
She mixed oils with herbs or something. Okay.
Yes.
So, yep. So she made oils, and she also did some sort of um feels like she didn't quite do medium readings, but she would sometimes like say things to people like, I know your mom just passed, but your mom's loves you and she's with you, type of thing. Like just random out of nowhere. Which probably kind of freak people out occasionally, but hence that is that. But anyway, she just wants you to know that she's your guide. She's with you and she's watching you energetically. She wants you to know that energetically she has your back. Energetically, she's helping you with like magic and stuff like that. Okay. And she wants you to know that she's with you. Like she wants you to know that she's one of your main guides for like readings and for anything like that that you might be doing, personal work as well as work for others. And she says to call on her, sort of like I did in the beginning of this, the way I called on my spirit guides. She's asking you to call on her specifically to come help you with readings and such. Okay. So I don't know if you already do that or if you do it sometimes. Maybe you need to do it more consistently, or you just didn't think of it till now, or whatever. But there you go. Um that's pretty much what she's saying. That's pretty much, she wants you to use her name and call to her specifically. Errol is like that too. They sometimes, I find that the dead, they like you to use their name. They like you to speak their name. Okay.
One question I would have with that is there a preferred last name that she wants me to summon her under?
Her maiden name.
Okay, that's kind of what I was feeling, but I wasn't 100% on that. So
Okay. Yeah, she'd rather have her maiden name, but you can just use her first name, or you can call her grandma with the last name or something like that. But you know, okay, you can use her first name though too if you'd like. Okay.
thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's see who she leads us to. We're gonna unpin here. Let's see who she leads us to. This is a young woman. It's a much younger woman. I'm pretty sure it's a young woman. Um, young. Probably maybe 30, but I'm not always good with numbers, okay? But it could be like 20s, 30s. It's definitely young. She had an unfortunate disease. It almost feels like a cancer of some sort. It might have even been blood cancer or some other sort of systemic cancer. If that makes sense. I don't know if you know what I mean, but some people do, some people don't know what I mean by that. Pretty sure it's a systemic cancer of some sort. Or it's spread to everywhere because it feels everywhere. Okay. Including in the brain. Something about the brain too. Okay. So, Brittany, does this match? Can you turn your camera on?
Hi.
Hi, Brittany. Does
Hi.
this match?
Well, so I'm 25 now, but my mom passed away when I was 4, and she was in her 30s, and she had colon cancer.
Okay.
So,
Do you know if it spread?
I think like I don't know much about it, but I think by
You were
the
young.
time they found it, it was kind of everywhere and they couldn't do anything for her.
Okay. Does feel like it's everywhere. It's also right here. I'm also having a pain in the head, which is kind of like mental health. Has your mental health suffered because of your mother's passing? Probably. That's a stupid
Yes.
question. Of course it has. Okay. So there's mental health problems because of it, even though you know, like logically in your brain, it's not her fault or whatever, but it
Right.
still creates a imprint. Yeah. There's also some sort of special bond between you and your mother you should know about. That do you have children?
I
Are you trying to have
do.
children? Yeah.
I have one.
This she's gonna show up again. And so the two of you have a soul contract in which you are born and reborn to each other as children and grandchildren.
Okay. Sorry,
Okay.
I don't know much about this.
Okay. Well, I'm
Stuff.
educating you. Okay. So it's rebirth, it's reborn. All of us are reborn, which explains a whole lot of things. Okay.
Okay.
Like deja vu, like feeling like you've been here before, like knowing people
Okay.
or feeling like you've been with those people before. And sometimes there's weird family things that happen. And it's not just about lovers, soulmates, it's also sometimes about family members that are kind of a form of a soulmate or a soul contract that were supposed to happen. Okay. So what she's telling me is that the two of you are in this soul journey, and she had to pass early, and it's unfortunate. And it did create some mental health problems for you, but it also made you a better mother, and it will make you a better grandmother than you could ever be. It will unwind some old trauma that was before in both of your past lives. Okay. And it's unfortunate, but she will be back, I believe, as your grandchild. Okay. So
Thank
that's pretty
you.
sure that's what she's saying. So I just want you to know that she's with you all the time. She's constantly with you. She's guiding you. She's also being prepared to be reborn at some point, but it looks like it's in the far off distance. So you must have little kids, huh? So, she's with you all the time. And she's just saying she wishes that you could feel her love from the other side. She loves you dearly, and she still loves you now. She wishes that she could like reach from the other side and give you love and that you could feel it. She says there
Thank-
are times that you think you feel her.
Yeah.
She wants me to validate that and say that is true. She is with you in those moments, okay, Brittany?
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Brittany. I hope this helps. Are you okay? All right. So it's helpful if a couple of things matches so that I can hone in on you, okay? I hone in onto the spirits around you because I guarantee you have spirits around you. Everybody does. They're called your spirit guides. You should be talking to them. Okay? Okay. We seem to have gotten a little bit younger now. I'm having a hard time on the gender. It's because they were young. This is like a little kid. This is a child. Okay. So, I don't think I'm gonna lower her hand. I think she's done. So this is a child that is kind of running around. Brittany, you don't have a child or anything, do you?
Yes, I have a child, but she's
No, but not that's
4.
passed, right? Okay.
Oh, no.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I didn't put your hand back down on
Oh, no,
by
I'm
accident.
sorry.
It's okay. This is a child. This child is young, little. They were very special. They seem to be with grandma now, or might be great grandma to them, to the kid. The child is very like sort of lively. Brianna, do you want to unmute? Tell me what's matching.
Well, I have 2. I
Children on the other
miscarried.
side.
Yep, I miscarried, and then we also had a death in the family in February where I call her my sister because I grew up with her son. He was shot and killed, and he was 13.
He was shot here in the head.
In the neck.
He was shot in the neck. Okay.
Mhm. He died on Leap Day.
He's anxious. He doesn't want to come through for some reason. But the child that you miscarried is an angel now. Okay.
Okay.
I think this child is for somebody else. So if there's already somebody's hand up, please don't be afraid to also raise your hand. So there can be more than one person's hand up at a time. So this is a young child. I'm trying to get the age-ish. But they're showing me several stages, so they must have been here for at least a little while. They're showing me like little, like toddler. And then they're showing me a little bit older, like maybe 5 or 6. Something about the brain, something about the electricity of the brain. Does anybody know who this is? This little kid? Erica, you know who this is?
I'm not too sure. My son died at 17 and had head trauma.
He had head trauma. Your son's here. He is with you. Your son's saying that he had a mouth on him. Is that true?
Oh yeah.
He's like, I had a mouth on me, boy. But he had that mouth, and it challenged you and everybody, really.
Mm-hmm.
He just, and he got it started when he was little, and
Yep.
and continued on when he got older. He was a lot to handle. He's also apologizing to you. I'm not sure what the apology is for, but he says you know what it's for.
He doesn't have to.
But he did. He says it's important to heal your soul and his soul. Because you guys are separated, and you're separated by this death, and he wants you to know that he's sorry. Okay? It's important for both of your souls. And he's okay. He's not in purgatory, or he's not being punished or anything like that. Nothing like that's going on. He's on the other side fully and completely. He's with you as the spirit guide, if anything. He's also with you. There's other kids, other young people in the family, and he seems to be watching over them as well. Okay, so he's like an angel now. He's like a guardian angel. He tells me to call him a guardian angel, because I guess you'll understand that term. It's more about your understanding of the term. Everything's okay. He's okay. He's actually free now. He's showing himself as a huge tropical bird. I wish I was better at my birds. But it's rainbow colored. It's like red and blue and purple. What are they called? Parrots? Not a parrot. The big ones.
Yeah,
When
maybe
they fly, they're like,
the macaws, I think.
yeah, macaw. Yeah, they fly really big. Have you ever seen one fly?
Mm-hmm.
It has something to do with his roots.
Yep.
Where are your roots from? Venezuela?
The native,
The
the native, the Tajon tribe.
Okay.
And he was always told that his name would be bird-like, his native name.
Oh, I see. His native name was with birds, bird-like.
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, then look at that. Where is this indigenous tribe?
In the well, we don't have a lot of mountains in California, but like Central California in the San Joaquin Mountains.
Okay. Okay. So there's not tropical birds there.
No, but they were connected to the Chumash, who at the time were coming in and out of the Channel Islands.
Oh. Okay. I got you. Man. Well, it's just beautiful. I'm just gonna say. He's beautiful. He's showing me him flying like a bird, and he says it's very important for you to know that he's free as a bird now, which is important because he wasn't when he was here, because it seems like there might have been some stuff holding him down, some mental health stuff other than his smart mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Um he loves you, and he's sorry, and that was the most important thing for him to say right now. Okay, Erica?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so this next person, I believe took his own life, took their own life. Excuse my gendering. It kind of feels like a hanging or something. I don't think it was drugs. I have another one that's waiting for drugs, but they're waiting on the side. We decided we're gonna do a different spirit right now. This person, I'm pretty sure they hung themselves or something like that. Feels a little weird or different too. Definitely mental health problems, of course. All right, so Michaela, is that right? Michaela Nundra?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What matches for you?
My husband took his own life.
How did he do that?
He shot himself in the head.
Okay. I'm pretty sure he's with us too, but he definitely feels different. Jamie, how did the person that you knew took their own life? Just hold on, Michaela. Go ahead, Jamie.
My son hung himself.
Your son hung himself. Can you get on the video? Can you stay on the
I don't know
video
how. I'm not good at this stuff.
and clearly. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Said it was your partner. He hung himself. Your son. Who was it?
My son.
Yeah, your son. As usual, almost every spirit I ever channel that has taken their own life always regrets it, and they always say they're sorry. So just gonna say that now because he's saying it. I'm sorry. He regrets it. It's not the results he thought it would be. You don't really get it why he did it, right? You don't really get it.
No, he left no note, no nothing. I
Right.
mean, I have some things behind it that I know that he was going through, but yeah, it was just out of I mean, he had mental illness, struggled with his emotions and stuff, but it was out of the blue. He was doing really good when it happened.
Mm-hmm. So I think when you're on camera, you can just talk. Are you pushing something?
Okay, can you hear me?
Uh-huh. Because I unmuted you.
Okay. See, I don't know how this works very well.
I know. That's why I'm trying to help you. So your video is on. I can
My
see
heart's
you.
beating out of my chest right now.
Okay. It's okay. That's the anxiety and the nervousness that I feel then. Okay.
Yeah.
But first of all, he's okay. He's not being punished. There's no such thing as that anyway.
He was
But
a
that's not
sweet spirit.
happening.
He had the best heart.
It sounds like he was really he said what he wants you to know about why he did it. It didn't really have a whole lot to do with you. It had more to do with, I guess, y'all's culture wherever you live. and also his identity and peers. It had more to do with peers and his life and identity, and like he also had pretty low self-esteem. Like he didn't believe in himself. He didn't think he could do anything right.
Yeah.
It has more to do with the father than with you.
Oh my goodness. He hung himself in his dad's garage. They weren't getting along.
But it wasn't just that. It was kind of like layered. Like he just didn't think life would ever get better. He was unfortunately wrong about that. And unfortunately, he decided to take his own life, which was a dumb choice, he's saying. He's recommending that anyone in the group ever thinks about that, please don't do it. It's dumb.
Not a good idea.
That's exactly what he's saying. Please don't do it. It's dumb. Don't do it.
Can I ask a question to him?
Go for it.
He left behind pieces of him, and I just wonder if he has anything he would like me to do or to tell them.
He left pieces
His
of
children.
them. Oh,
He left
you mean
his
children. He left his children. Thank you for being more specific. What do you want her to do with your children? The best he can say is love them. Tell them the truth, but love them.
Tell
And it
him I
wasn't
love
about
him.
them either. It wasn't about them either, of course.
You know,
He was actually pretty sure it would be better for the children, but now he knows that's wrong.
so missed, so loved.
I believe that. Yeah. He's saying that his self-esteem was so low, he didn't think, he thought that it would be better if he was dead for the kids. So. Sad. It's really sad. All right, Jamie.
Thank you so much.
He's with you all the time. Your son was with you all the time.
I feel him all the time. I see him.
I know you do.
But thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. So Michaela, let me switch this around. Your spouse, he shot himself.
Yes.
What a history. I'm just going to say that. That's the first thing he's telling me. He had a hell of a history. Wasn't pretty. Really nasty childhood. Like, off the charts. Must have been his father.
Probably. I don't know much about his childhood.
Okay. He's saying his mother wasn't exactly an angel, but that's exactly his words. My mother wasn't exactly an angel, but my father was fucking awful. That's what he just said. He suffered with a lot of mental health problems, insecurity in particular. He also had some addiction problems. Feels like alcohol.
Actually
drink?
he quit drinking back about June of last year.
Okay.
He was a
But he
weed
did have the
smoker
problem.
though. Yeah.
Okay.
Before.
Yeah. I don't think it's the weed, it's the alcohol. So he used to have a drinking problem. He still did,
Yeah.
but he wasn't quite dealing with all the mental health that comes along with that. Because when we have a drinking problem or alcohol or drug problem or addiction of any kind, we kind of put pause on processing our emotions. So it sort of like jams things up in a way. Okay. So same thing happens when you take prescription meds. Okay. Just put it on pause. You don't actually process anything. He had a temper too, huh? So he got that from his dad, he says. So low self-esteem, insecure. Also, he's saying the same thing that every person that's taking their own life says. I'm sorry. It was stupid. I wish I didn't do it. You don't get out of this. You don't, people think that when they take their own life that they're like quitting or something. But that's actually not happening. Okay. If they have to do it again. Okay. But next time he'll have some more tools to make it a little bit easier. He was a strong man, though. Strong. Very strong. Very, very strong. He tried to be a good man, but he wasn't always. He tried. And you knew. If you didn't know anything else, you knew that he was trying to be a good guy. Most of the time, you could count on him, especially once he got sober. He was easier to count on when he got sober. When he was drunk, he was unpredictable. He's sorry to you and to the whole family, everybody around you. His main message is that he loves you and he's with you. Okay? His main message is that he loves you and he's with you. And he's sorry. His words, it was fucking stupid. I think he's trying to get me to talk like him. So. But he's not thrilled about what he did. And he'll have to come back. And he said it does affect your soul purpose. Because the two of you have some sort of soul contract. Okay?
Thank
He's
you
sorry
so
he
much.
screwed it up. You're welcome. He's sorry he screwed it up, okay? He's also kind of a smartass, isn't he? A little bit of a smartass there.
Sometimes not too often, though.
Mm-hmm. Because he's like, but you're used to me screwing things up, eh? So, kind of like a cut at himself in a sarcastic way. So, okay. Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, Michaela, you're welcome. I'm pretty sure the next spirit I have overdosed. This person, you're not sure if it was accidental or on purpose. There's a couple of them actually. One at a time, one at a time, one at a time. Okay, this feels like a man. Overdosed. He's saying it was because he just didn't care about himself. So he ended up doing too much. So kind of on purpose, but not really. Does that make sense? It also feels like there may have been some contaminant in the drug, whatever he was taking. Does that make sense for you, Amber? Unmute yourself, sweetie.
Yes, it does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm.
I kept getting that it was you, so I just figured I would just say it was you.
It ended up having tranquilizer in it that he did not know.
Oh, so it's not quite fentanyl. I did ask if it was fentanyl, and he was like, Okay,
It was
so it's a
not.
tranquilizer.
Yeah,
Like too much
dilating.
tranquilizer or something.
Yep.
And he just didn't care enough about himself not to do it.
Right. He wasn't in a good place.
He felt that he wasn't adequate enough in life. Like, wasn't good enough to accomplish some of his visions of himself.
Yeah.
If you have the vision that you can do something, you can do it, just by the way.
Mhm.
If you have the thought or idea that you can do something, you can do it. Just by the way, everybody out there. That's his big message. He wants you to know that too, Amber. If you have the vision or idea or feeling that you want to do something, that means you can do it. And he didn't know that. And so I'm telling all of you, and that's his message. I'm serious. That's his message. Was he the type of guy that wanted to help everybody else out?
Yeah, he was. He helped everybody.
He wants to make everybody else's problems better now. And
Right.
so, okay, so this is kind of like validation for you while it's also meant to help everybody. And he's saying, hey, take this moment to understand yourself, that when that's happening, there's actually a spirit, a sense inside of you, it's almost like spirit is asking, it's like God is asking to be expressed by you.
Okay.
And in whatever vision or thought or idea that you have of yourself, you can absolutely do that. And God is asking to be expressed as that. Just like when I was a young person, a teenager, I said to my friend, someday, we were walking by a psychic's office, like, store thing. And on the outside it said tarot reader, psychic medium, and astrologer. And I said, that's going to be me someday.
And you did it.
And I did it. So, Amber, it's also for you. Do you have some sort of vision of yourself? Some sort of thing you want to accomplish?
I've been trying to accomplish connecting to him. I've always been intuitive.
Okay, if you have the vision or idea or can see yourself doing it, you can do it.
Right. Our son does it. Now I'm trying to do it too. So
you got this, Amber. You got this. You're going to do it. Okay.
Gonna do it. Thank you.
What a way to deliver a message. Very creative. So
thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, Amanda. How does this match for you? What matches? The person took drugs.
I had my sister, she passed away in June, an overdose. We don't know if it was accidental or on purpose, because she was suicidal. She did have mental her mentality began to deteriorate because she was in an abusive relationship. He hit her and she lost her vision. And on top of that, she was very heavy on the drugs, but to where my family, no one wanted her around because we never knew we could trust her. So she was living alone beyond being blind. And I was told that the person who sold her the drug just sold her $5 worth, like a nickel. And I know my sister for doing like more than $20 at a time of heroin. And the
Did it have
toxicology
fentanyl in it?
report said it was yes.
Mhm.
And you see, I'm trying to find out to see if she did it on purpose because she was very, very, very suicidal. She
She did.
attempted multiple times.
She did. She did do it on purpose. She hoped that it was laced with fentanyl. So there was a part of her that was hoping that she would pass.
I mean, I felt that.
It's not
but
the greatest news, but you want to know the answer, and I'm trying to give it to you. She's of course regretful, like everybody that commits suicide is. She's regretful. She's sorry. She just couldn't imagine living the rest of her life not seeing. It had a lot to do with what I would call a disability or the challenge.
Yeah, she did
I
have
mean,
a massive heart attack 3 years ago. She passed away.
yeah, I could feel it in her heart. She was scared of her heart. She was
had
like
the
walking
open
around in
heart
fear
surgery.
all the time. So that's why
Yeah.
she's making my
And
heart light up. I had open heart surgery a few months ago.
And you see, I just recently got diagnosed with heart failure, and then I have a 5-year-old who has leukemia, and so
Oh my
it's
goodness,
just one
Amanda.
thing
You
after
got
another.
your yeah, you got your hands full there.
But that does
She's
bring.
sorry. It was stupid, but she did it. She was hoping that it would have fentanyl in it. She didn't buy very much from that person.
Yeah.
She's saying it wasn't very much. She was hoping it would have
Yeah.
fentanyl in it.
Yeah, and you see, I know her for shooting it up, but this time, I mean, when they called me, I was the one that they called, her roommate. I was the first person. She was like, "Your sister is like she's passed out." I was like, "Okay, we'll call the ambulance." And she called the ambulance, and she called me at it 10:30, 10:34, and she said, "Amanda, the fire department just said your sister passed." And I was like, "What? How? Like, I'm used to her shooting up, and they said that she snorted it. I don't know anything about heroin or what, but I don't know her for snorting it. So I'm thinking probably, I don't know, it probably hit her wrong, or I mean, because she's blind, so I don't know. She didn't know what she was, consuming, and I'm very confused, and I just
So she had a good idea that it had fentanyl in it because the person she bought it from has a bad reputation.
I just want to be at peace with her passing.
For having, yeah, but the person that she bought it from, he's kind of known for not having pure heroin. Did you know that? Yeah, she knew that. So she doesn't always buy from him.
I don't.
Feels like it's a guy.
And that person is my uncle. It's my uncle, and it's just been so hard.
Yeah. Hey, I know all about it. I had an aunt and a cousin that also were addicts like that, and it's really hard, isn't it? It's kind of it makes you feel a little on the crazy side.
It's very, very traumatic.
very traumatic. It is.
And
But she also wants you to know that she's with you, okay? You're going to be okay, she says with the heart thing. You're going to be okay. Just do what the doctors want you to do, okay? You're going to be okay with your heart. So this is the main reason for her coming through. Your son's going to be okay too. Is there some sort of potential for like a stem cell thing or something? For his leukemia?
I don't know too much. I mean, he's been in he's going. They said he was gonna have to go through chemo for 2.5 years. We're only a year in, and we got he's doing good.
It feels like it's going to work. It's going to be hard, but it's going to work. He's going to be okay. He's going to kick the leukemia. Okay? I know it's hard. I can feel how hard it is from here, Amanda. Boy. It's really, really hard for you right now.
Yes.
Stay sane. Take care of your body. Don't do anything stupid, she said. Okay?
I mean, I feel her all the time.
Yeah, she's with you all the time. And she just wants you to know she's protecting your boy, your child. He's going to be okay. Okay? I know that's got to be the biggest thing in your heart right now. Your heart is one thing, but your baby's heart is a whole nother thing.
Exactly.
Look, you're getting lots of love from the group, Amanda, right now. We are all loving you up. If you didn't know it, your energy counts. So give Amanda lots of love. Amanda needs some support. It's a lot on your plate, Amanda. I feel it. She's showing me an overfull plate. We're all going to say prayers for you, okay, Amanda? And your son.
You.
Yeah, prayers are important.
Oh, yes. That's the best kind of help I could receive right now.
So it's the only thing we can all do right now for you. And it's the most effective thing. See, look at all that. Look at the chat. It's going crazy. Crazy with love for you, Amanda. Okay?
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Big love to you. Yeah. Yeah. All right. You got this, Amanda. That little boy's going to be just fine. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
All right. So there's a bunch of other people with their hand up, but nobody's on camera. So let's see who steps up. Person that's so someone overdosed. Person overdosed. And the person that is getting the reading is incredibly anxious and nervous right now. Like, I can almost feel their heart beating. Like that other person said that they felt their heart beating. I could feel her anxiety or her stress. Oh, is this you, Erica's friend? Erica, unmute yourself.
My daughter.
Who's your friend there?
This is my daughter.
Oh,
Hi.
hi, daughter. I'm sure that's not your name. What's your name?
Leilani.
Leilani. Leilani, you have someone close to you that overdosed?
My father.
Boy. It wasn't on purpose, though, I don't think. He's
Not
just
that we
screwing
know of.
around with dumb shit. That's what he just said.
Yep.
Screwing around with dumb shit. Does that sound like something he would say?
Yeah.
Screwing around with dumb shit. That's exactly what he just. And he's ashamed of himself. He let you down. Along with some other people. Feels like or do you have siblings or something?
Yeah, I have 2 half siblings from him and his wife.
Mm-hmm. It's okay to be nervous.
Yeah.
Please take care of yourself. Please take care of yourself. Take a deep breath. Go like this. Close your eyes. Blow out until you can't blow out anymore.
Out through your
Blow out
mouth.
until you can't blow out anymore. Do it again. Take a deep breath in. In, in. And blow out with your mouth. Just blow out, blow out, blow out, blow out till there's nothing left in those lungs. All right. Okay. Did you notice how your brain calmed down a little bit? Isn't that amazing? Fucking powerful ass shit right there. Okay. Because your brain, you just told your brain you're not running from a lion. There's nothing to worry about. Okay. And your brain listened. You can do that at any time. He says that he's trying to support your mental health. You struggle in your mental health, huh? You have some, I'm not gonna, he doesn't want me to like announce it in public because it would make you embarrassed. But he wants me to validate that you're struggling. There's a lot of people struggling, okay? Erica,
Yeah.
I think everybody struggles to some degree.
Oh yeah.
I think most people struggle. But
Yes.
he wants you to know that you're loved. He wants you to know that he didn't do it on purpose. And he was stupid for ever messing around with the stuff to begin with. And then he got addicted, and then he just kept doing it and kept going back to it. And it was dumb. Okay? He is with you all the time, though. He's trying to help you. Feels like you're in college or school or something. You're trying to accomplish something. He says he's
Yeah.
super proud of you. Super
Yeah.
proud. And you're
Trying to
super,
get my
super smart.
associates to be able to transfer to university.
You're going. He said if he has anything to do with it, he's gonna make sure that you get through there. Scholarship. He's talking about a scholarship right now. Are you working on a scholarship?
Yeah,
Trying to get a scholarship?
Yeah.
Like a transfer scholarship or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm
He's telling me
looking
it's like
for
what I got. Okay. I got one of those. You can do it. You can do it, Erica. It's a transfer scholarship. It feels like it's like you start with the Pell Grant and you apply, and then when it's time to transfer, they give you a scholarship and pay the rest of the way because you're so damn smart. Okay. So you got this, Erica.
Thank you.
You got this. And anytime you don't know the answer on a test, just ask him, and the answer will pop in your head.
I do that a lot. I do that a lot.
He said it's not cheating. He's not cheating. It's not cheating because he's dead.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Okay. It's not cheating because he's dead. That's hilarious. Okay, so he has a great sense of humor, clearly.
Yeah. Yeah. He fell in a ditch once and he just called us to tell us, hey, I fell in a ditch.
Just want to let you know.
Yeah. Just to let you know, I drove my truck into a ditch, but I'll be fine.
Wow. Okay. Wow. It's funny. Wow, he's a funny guy. Okay. It's hilarious. Well, we're all full of laughs and cries. Come to Hollis's gallery thing, and we'll be laughing, we'll be crying. Better than a movie, I guess. All right, Erica.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, my friends. There are several places to give me reviews. Not only can you do it in the group if you'd like, I totally appreciate that. You can also go to Google and search Hollis Taylor Psychic Medium. You'll find me and you can give me a review. That's really helpful because I've been working on Google now. Okay. So, and you can of course book a reading at my website there. Bright Hawk was so sweet enough to post it. Okay. Because we're starting to run out of time. But Dawn and Kayla, I see you got your hand up, but you don't have your video on. It's very hard for me to read without video. Okay. I have to see your face. Erica. Sorry, Dawn. Sorry. The names. The names are not clicking up right. Okay. Dawn, someone took their own life. That was connected to you?
My boyfriend overdosed, and I don't know if it was on purpose or not.
Okay. He's saying that's hard to define because his mental health was so. That's kind of what he's saying. Like he
Yeah.
was so messed up upstairs that it was hard
Yeah.
for him to really say yay or nay. But his mental health made him not care how much he did, and he didn't care if he died. So that's really what happened. Okay? So he just did so much that he didn't care how much. Okay? He's sorry. He regrets it. This is the same thing every single time. See what I mean? Every single time they say the same thing. I'm sorry. I regret it. So, if you ever wondered if suicide takes you to a good place, the answer is no.
I have wondered that a lot through my life, yes.
Well, maybe that's why he's making me repeat it to you. Okay?
Yeah.
He's like, it's not worth it because you end up having to come back. What you learn on the other side is that you have to come back and do it again.
Right.
Ugh. So you don't get out of this. It doesn't end your problems. It restarts them until you figure out how to come through, how to persevere, how to build, until you build your resilience bone, until you're so strong that shit can't take you down. Okay? Dawn, you can overcome this. You can transcend trauma. That's what he wants me to tell you. He is being very strong about this. He wants you to know you can transcend trauma. All the shit that happened to you, I guess, when you were young or something, happened to him.
Yeah.
He had some bad shit happen to him too. But he said
Yeah.
you two kind of bonded over that.
Mm.
So, by the way, you can heal trauma. He wants everybody to know that, including you. You can heal trauma. I personally am living proof, and that's why he's coming through me right now. I am living, breathing proof. You want to compare stories? I bet you I got you beat. Okay? And the thing is that when you have an awful childhood, an awful abuse, awful trauma, you name it, I've been abused that way. But I came through it. And if the worst thing I have is fucking burning mouth, so what? I don't have the crazies that I used to have. I used to have the crazies in my 20s. I used to kind of like freak out, get triggered by dumb shit, and totally freak out and want to die and stuff. I used to be a cutter. Okay? I've been addicted to drugs and alcohol in the past. None of that shit controls me anymore. None of it. And I am in my own power. When they say God will never give you anything you can't handle, they are not kidding. And what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to take those struggles and use them like a leapfrog. Because you know what happened to me, Dawn? I overcame and got such a resilience bone that now my vibration is so fucking high that I do this. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like a leapfrog. It's like you end up way up here where the average person is like here somewhere. You started out down here, but you use it to leapfrog and you end up in a really super high vibration. Praying every day. I spend every day meditating, doing yoga, exercising, listening to Michael Beckwith, connecting to me, connecting to the God that is within me, and trying to express my spirit as uniquely as possible. And you can do the same thing, Dawn. You have major potential within you. You just need to use the shit that happened to you when you were a kid like a leapfrog. Okay? That's
Okay.
what he wants you to know. That's what he wants you to know. Don't screw it up the way he did.
Yeah.
Don't screw it up the way he did. That's what he's saying. Please.
I have a question for
Go
him.
for it.
Was the needle that I found his?
Oh, yeah, it was. I thought there was more to the question. He's like, yeah, the needle. He just completely agreed with it.
I don't know what to do with it.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear you. What did you say?
I said I don't know what to do with it. You know, I asked the pharmacy, what do I do? Can I take home a Sharps box? I can't just throw it away. And they won't take it because
go into a fairly new bathroom. So go into all the public bathrooms, and some of them have Sharps containers for diabetics.
Okay.
Like go to a fairly new building, like a Target or something like that, with a fairly new bathroom, a new remodel, and just keep going into them until there's one in your area. I feel like it's Target.
Okay.
Go check out Target's bathroom. See if they put a Sharps thing in there. Okay?
Okay.
They do it for diabetics.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. That's what you do with it, Dawn. Either that or you sneak it into a doctor's office. He's also showing me you doing it in a doctor's office.
Yeah, I go to a lot of
shove it in a Sharp. Okay. He's like, just take it out. Like wrap it up in something safe and then just put it in there. Okay.
Does he have any advice for me with my current partner?
You got to work on that trauma, honey.
Yeah.
And hopefully the person you're with does too.
Yeah.
Work on the trauma, okay? And then you'll end up where you're supposed to be.
Okay.
It could be hard, but you can do it. Just remember, use it like a leapfrog. Okay?
Okay.
That's the advice that he has for you and your spouse, your partner. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Ashley Gallo. Your
Hi.
camera is on. I don't think I've ever read you before.
No, ma'am.
Don't ma'am me, please.
Sorry, it's a habit.
I know it is. You're clearly Southern. Please don't do that. You can call me sir if you must. Okay?
Okay.
Yes, sir. No, sir. If you really must do ma'am or sir. If you're going to make me choose, I'm going to choose him. Okay?
Yes.
Please don't make me choose. Thanks. Because then I feel like you're missing a whole other part of me. So.
No, that's awesome. No, I appreciate you telling me that. Thank you.
Gender schmender. All right. Who took their life?
I was wondering if my dad did.
Actually, more than one. Okay, there's actually more than one person. This person was your dad. Your dad. He was addicted to drugs.
Alcohol mainly.
Did he take something?
I was in the military then, but I was told that he went on a drinking binge during Memorial Weekend and he was also doing other drugs.
Yeah, he was doing something else. And it was laced with something. No, he didn't do it on purpose. He was just overindulging. Major mental health problems. Ugly history. Ugly history again. He's sorry.
Oh. I think
He
about
shouldn't
him.
have done it. He's asking you to please stay away from alcohol.
I do.
drugs.
I drink. Hello?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, sorry,
I'm just
froze.
checking. Oh, no, that's you, not me. Yeah.
Yeah, he drowned in the river.
Yeah, he's also he's just sorry. He's just sorry. Okay?
All right, is he with me?
Always. All
Okay.
of everyone when a spirit dies, 99.9% of the time they're with you.
All right. Well, thank you for
If
letting me
I'm
know.
talking to them and I'm not in your house, I'm not standing in wherever their spirit is connected to, and to the 0.01% of people that are spirits that are stuck here on earth somehow,
Mm-hmm.
they're with you. If I'm talking to them this way, they're with you.
All right, I
That's how I'm
appreciate.
getting them, because I'm connected to the spirit around you.
No, I like that. Thank you. Can I just ask one more quick question? The night he
Sure.
died, he came to me in a dream and he told me he fell asleep in the water. Is there any validation to that?
Yeah, it's kind of right. It's kind of right, but what he didn't realize is that he did some drugs. I feel like one of the drugs might have been like fentanyl like or tranquilizer like,
Okay.
enough to make him just kind of fall asleep into the
Okay.
water.
No,
Which,
that makes
most of us would wake up even if we fell asleep in water, you know what I mean? But he didn't
right.
because of what he was on.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Ashley. All right. So let's make sure everybody else up here, Simon, Smiles, you did something match that I already said?
Yeah, my husband. I'm not sure if he overdosed. I know drugs were involved though.
Mm-hmm. He didn't do it on purpose. Yes, he overdosed. Whatever he did was because of the drugs.
Yeah, I
I'm also
never
kind of
read the
seeing.
death report.
I'm also kind of seeing. I think it's him. He's showing me hunched over like this, with his hand in his head.
Yeah, I came
As it
home
would be
and found
extreme
him.
stress. What's that?
I came home and found him dead dead sitting in the chair.
Up. Yeah. He didn't lay down or anything. Hunched over.
Mm-hmm.
He's sorry. He regrets it. Mental health. He's also doing a little bit of a shame job on himself. Did he shame himself a lot?
Um, Not really, no.
He is shaming himself. Maybe you didn't know it. I don't think you knew how hard he was on himself. A lot of self-criticism.
No.
Which is kind of a form of shame. It creates shame, when it's like, you did this, you did this, you did this. But he still did those things that were bad that he shamed himself for. This is kind of like a weird, stupid, it's a trauma cycle.
Yeah.
It's a trauma cycle. Created by his mother. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. I'm sorry. Sorry, Sarvin. His mother must have shamed him a lot when he was young, teenager. So then what happens is sometimes when we shame children, they create and they keep acting bad. These kids that have behavior problems, and then the parent shames them, and then they have behavior problems, and the parent shames them. It creates a cycle.
Yeah.
We call that a trauma cycle later on in life. And then they create the whole thing themselves.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a trauma cycle. Okay. That was his biggest challenge. So for some reason, he wants you to know that. Feels like he did stuff wrong, and then he would shame the shit out of him, like discipline himself for it. Like, you idiot,
Mm-hmm.
why did you do that? If he had overcome the shame cycle, he would have been better. So okay. He just wants you to know he's with you. And he wants everybody else to learn about the shame cycle. He wanted you to know about it for some reason. Just so you don't blame yourself
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, I turned to drugs after he passed away. And that's
so don't do that to yourself now.
No, I've been clean for 6 years, but the guilt and the shame of it
Congratulations.
all is hard.
Yes,
Thank
it
you.
is. But now you know why you do that.
Mm-hmm.
It probably comes either from him or even from earlier when you were younger.
Yeah.
You probably had a shame cycle too. So that's why people do drugs and alcohol in that capacity. So like they get a lot of shame and they keep repeating it and they keep doing it and they go back to it and you're like, why did I do that?
Yeah.
Why did I keep going back to the shame? It's because it's a shame cycle. It's a trauma wired into your brain. You can unwire it. Sounds like you're doing that. Congratulations.
Working on it.
Okay?
Thank you.
You got this. You can do it. Trust me, if I did it, you can do it. Okay? My mom was the queen of shames. Queen of shame. Okay? Yeah. All right, Simon.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Carmen. You had your camera
Yeah,
on.
can you hear me?
I see it. You have your hand up. Yep. Can you tell me what match for you?
Both of my parents committed suicide, and I lost my husband to a drug overdose.
It's all around you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's the rabbit signify?
Rabbit?
A rabbit. It's like a jackrabbit.
Wow.
It's got big feet anyway.
I don't know. I don't know what that would be.
I don't know. Hold that onto your back burner though, okay? You'll figure it out later.
Okay.
She said you'll figure it out later. I think it's your mom.
Oh, okay. Wow.
It has some sort of significance, I think, with your parents.
Okay.
Okay. They've been gone a while, eh?
Yeah. My mother 2010 and my dad 2011.
And then your boyfriend after that.
My husband was 2017. And I lost my son 3 years ago.
To something like that? Drugs?
No, yeah, I guess, yeah, it caused an accident, yeah. Yeah.
Do you
And
feel
it was
like you're surrounded by darkness?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. It's actually just trauma.
I'm like afraid to let if I love someone, like I don't want the universe to find out because they'll take them. It's hard, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So actually, it's all stemming from the trauma of losing your parents.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, we do this a lot. Like when we sustained one trauma, we then, so you had sustained the trauma of losing your parents to suicide. And then you tend to find yourself attracted or resonating with people that have a similar resonance as your parents, that suicidal resonance.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
You're not creating it.
Okay.
It is a reaction of your energetic body to the trauma.
Okay. I think
So
I know
it
what
doesn't
you
make you
mean.
it doesn't make you strange. Like
Okay.
if it happened to anybody, this would happen to anybody. It was sort of like when I was a kid, I was sexually assaulted at a very young age. And then it happened again and again and again and again and again. Was that my fault? No.
Right.
But I was an easy target because I had that resonance.
Right. I think
and then
I
once
know.
I started to deal with it, then the resonance started to kind of peel off of me. And now people are incapable of abusing me in that way, in that fashion anymore.
Almost like a wall, and they can't penetrate it now. Yeah.
It's just that now I know where my boundaries are. I have good
Right.
boundaries. I know my boundaries now. But when you're little and you get assaulted like that, you lose your boundaries. You don't
Right.
know where your boundaries are.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's very normal. It's like that would happen to anybody that got abused at 5 years old, right? Okay. And so then you don't have any boundaries. You don't know where the boundaries are. But now I know where they are.
Right.
You are going to have to learn about your resonance and what needs to shift and how to heal. Remember what I said about anyone can overcome any trauma.
Right.
Okay, it's awful what you've had to deal with. All right, big time.
Yeah.
But you can. Okay, and this I could just feel in your resonance. This is a little bit of my intuitive medicine, mental health that I have, and it's also intuitive. It's also the spirits talking sort of through me to help you. Okay, that's just what they do.
I
They
do
want to
know
help you.
I know that I need to deal with these things because I don't think that I've really even dealt with losing my parents that way. I think I've been so angry about it that I haven't dealt with it.
And who hell could blame you? Who hell could? Everybody here is going, right, Carmen? I think I'd be mad at my parents too if they did that.
Yeah. But losing my son, oh, I mean, my parents and my husband combined don't even come close to.
Of course.
That pain, that's.
Yeah, I have a child. I can't imagine.
Yeah, that's the one that's been real hard.
But he's with you. He's sorry. He has something to. He's You guys have a soul contract. So your mom and your dad, your husband and your son, and you all have a big soul contract. You're supposed to learn something about death. Has your third eye come online since people have died?
No. I think I've struggled with addiction, and I think that's sort of inhibited that part of me. Yeah.
You're supposed to have a spiritual awakening.
I'm supposed to.
Don't resist it.
Okay.
Don't go do the
But
drugs
I
to
want
get
that.
away from
I
it.
need that.
But you are having it. You just have to stay sober enough to have it.
Okay. That makes sense for me.
And it's supposed to be happening right now. But
right
you have
now.
to stay sober enough. You have to stay sober enough to get it
Okay.
right now. Right now. And I'm not surprised because the astrology right now in the sky is Jupiter and Uranus conjunct. They're on top of each other.
Oh.
And it means big spiritual awakenings.
Yeah, I think I've read a lot of people are going through that. Yeah.
Well, it's happening to everybody because it's in the sky right now.
Right, right.
So first we had a solar eclipse on Chiron, which is a big healing, a mass healing to our souls and to trauma.
Oh.
And then now it's being followed up with a big spiritual awakening with Uranus and Jupiter together. It's a huge spiritual awakening. Uranus, if you're not having a good time right now, it's because you're resisting your path. If you're being rewarded right now, it's because you're on your path.
Yeah.
So don't resist your path right now, Carmen.
Okay.
And I assure you that drugs are not part of your path other than to overcome them.
Yeah.
No one's path is to do drugs.
Right, right.
Except to overcome them, maybe.
Right.
Maybe to help others overcome them.
Right.
But you can overcome them just like everyone else.
I know I can. I do know that. I just need to set my mind to it and use my willpower and do it.
Or maybe you need to ask for help. Maybe you need to go to an NA meeting.
Yeah, I do. I do go. Sometimes I do.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
And what do they say? Keep coming back. And you're
Yep.
supposed to go to a meeting every day for the first 30 days.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, Hollis knows
I'm
the
doing a
rules.
lot better now than I was. That's for sure. So I'm getting a handle on it.
Good job. Good job. But I just want to let you know that program works, but only if you work it.
Right.
You have to do it
That's
yourself,
what they
or
say. It works if you work
go
it.
put your works if you work it. I know, I grew up in it.
Yeah.
I've seen success story after success story. My mom got sober when I was 12.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
I used to sit
Wow.
in those meetings and listen to people's stories.
Oh. Oh. Okay. Thank you.
So, yeah, you're welcome. And I'm just gonna say that if you try, you'll be able to. If you have to, go get in rehab. Okay.
Thought about that.
Yeah.
Yep, I might do that. Because I'd really like to. I'd like to have this awakening.
And it might happen
It would be
while
really
you're
good
in
for
there.
me.
It might happen while you're in there, Carmen.
I did go. I went in 2018. Well, you know what? I actually went after I lost my son, a few months after I lost my son, I went because I felt like me using was blocking me from getting signs from him, and it really bothered me. And I did go and I did like a detox, and the fourth night I was there, when everything was out of my system, he came to me in a dream, and I know it was him, you know. So
Imagine
yeah.
that. I'm not surprised to hear
I
that
have
at
been
all.
feeling so guilty for using because I know that it's blocking the signs from him. So yeah,
it's an ugly cycle, but you're doing that to yourself. I will say that at the core of every addiction is a lack of self-love.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
And if you ever wondered if love heals, yeah, it fucking heals.
Yeah.
Love yourself. Listen to RuPaul. How you gonna love anybody else if you don't even love yourself?
It's so true.
It's so true. So you gotta figure out a way to fall in love with yourself. And Carmen, that might take a rehab for you. Okay.
Right.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Thank you.
Okay. If you go spend, who cares if you go spend, a month or two in rehab? Who cares? Just do it.
Yeah.
If you don't do it for anyone, do it for your son. Do it in honor of him. Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Carmen. I'll pray for you. I'll say a prayer for you. May you find sobriety, and may it light up your world like it does for most. All right, Kayla. Kayla, I think I've read for you before, but I'm not sure. You look
Yeah,
familiar.
you
Okay.
recently read for me.
Oh, okay. That's why. Did someone pass away that took drugs?
My dad.
Mm.
Yeah, we both, we weren't sure if it was accidental. You said that, it was like he didn't mean to do it.
I don't think he meant to take his life, no.
Yeah, no, he didn't.
Feels like he was just screwing around on the drugs. He loves you. He loves the other kids too. He said he wasn't a very good role model, eh? Maybe you can be a better role model. That's what he just said. I wasn't a very good role model. Maybe, I guess because he did drugs.
He drank. He didn't really do drugs like
Okay.
until I guess the last year or so he got.
Yeah. But now everybody knows that he died from drugs, eh?
Yeah.
It's not a great role model, eh?
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. He's saying he
He
wasn't perfect, but he's hoping that you'll be a good role model.
Yeah, I feel like he definitely like helped stop and change that cycle because
He's saying
he
don't
went through
deny the
some
bad
stuff.
things about him. He wants you to don't deny the bad things about him.
Oh, I don't. I love him wholeheartedly.
There were also, yeah, but you can also talk about the things that he did that weren't right.
Yeah.
You're not dishonoring him. You're honoring him by being honest.
Yeah, I've been wondering about that.
It's okay to speak the truth.
Okay.
Be honest. Okay?
Okay.
All right, Kayla. He's sorry. All right. All right. All right, Kayla.
Thank you for making the time to reach me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, my friends. Now I'm just going to open it up. Does anybody have any questions? Not, will I give you a reading? Spirit dictates who the readings get, who gets a reading. If you want to know how to book a reading, I'll tell you. That's what I'm going to tell you if you ask me for a reading. So, anyone out there that has any questions or anything like that, now's the time to ask. Love to hear from you. Love to answer. You could just unmute yourself and ask.
Do we just go on your website and schedule a reading?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep,
See, I'm new. I've never done this, so I am like queen of the newbies right now. So
welcome to the world of psychics. Let me just tell you, anytime, any place, don't ever pay anyone for a reading. So this is for all the newbies out there. Don't ever pay for a reading unless someone has like a legit website and a legit scheduling software. Especially don't do some crazy chat thing where somebody, if they message you, they're not a real reader. I will never message you. You will have to message me and ask me questions, and then I'll answer them. Okay? And then if you say, hey, Hollis, yeah, okay. And so you can see my website's in the chat. I do all sorts of readings. I do astrology death readings that y'all might be interested in. That I'm the only person in the world that I know of that does them. I
What
essentially
is that?
look
May I ask?
I essentially look at the birth chart and death chart for your loved one and your chart, and I take a look and see, what was going through their mind at the time of their passing, why they took their life. I can answer a lot of questions like that. I can also help you understand your relationship with them, what their influence on you was, and why they were here with you in this lifetime, why they died when they did, and what is the impact of their death, and what's to be learned through their death. Also,
Okay.
like, soul contracts, like twin flames, that kind of thing. Okay. Soulmates, da da da. Okay.
Okay.
So
Thank you for
it's
explaining.
You're welcome. So that's pretty much. Yes, Jackie, you can book, especially if it's from the same person, Jackie, it's easier. But I have done like parties before where they put me up on the big screen TV with like 6 women, and I read for everyone, but we booked an hour and a half. I think 2 hours is what it was, because I wanted to make sure I had like 20 minutes for each person or something like that. We figured it out. But you can message me if it's something like that. But it sounds like it's just you and your mom. Want to hear from your nephew? Perfecto. Ashlina asked, how do I discover if I have clairvoyant abilities? I'm sure you do. You can hone them in and make them stronger. I do offer coaching on this, and it's kind of big to get into here and now to answer that question. But it's, what I would suggest is that, Ashlina, that you buy like a 4-pack package. If you look at my website and you go down to coaching packages, you'll see that there's like 240 minutes medium or metaphysical coaching. Okay, it doesn't matter which one. You're always going to get me, so it doesn't really matter in the end. Okay. You guys should also notice that I do coaching to help people connect with their loved one personally, for personal reasons. Like, if you're like, well, I don't want to be a professional medium, but I want to connect for personal reasons. Yes, I train that, and you can check it out in the coaching packages. Mandy, my website, Brighthawk, can you post my website again? Brighthawk will post my website for me. Okay. Sam.
Thank you.
Did you have you're welcome, Debbie. So there's a bunch of just quick downloads. Make sure you never pay, everybody, just don't ever pay anyone unless they have a legitimate scheduling software, because that requires having a business account, a business
I
like
did
PayPal
that.
account or
Yeah,
Did you
I
get
did
scammed?
that. Yeah.
I'm
Yep.
so sorry.
I look at it, if that little twit needed the money that bad to lie to me,
No,
go
they're
keep
unfortunately
it. She'll
they're like
choke on it
millionaires.
because karma's a bitch.
It's not usually a woman. It's usually like these people in like we were just listening to a thing today. It's like
I was thinking they were probably in a different
they're
country
foreign.
with a fake
Yeah.
picture.
Ghana. Isn't that what the country was, Brighthawk? Ghana.
Ghana, it's in Africa
And
or
Nigeria.
South Africa.
Yeah, they have a
Yep.
problem. They have a problem there.
Yeah, they
and
do.
Yeah, we're not
I
really
just think
sure.
there's no money, no jobs, and this
No, there
might
is.
be
There's
the
plenty of
easiest
jobs.
way.
No,
Oh.
Sarah Amati is from Nigeria. She lives there. Ask her. They call them Yahoo boys or something like that, and they pretend to be other people and they steal money for people. I don't know why. She said it's totally shameful there and the whole nine. And
See,
no, they
I
have
was
plenty of
just
jobs and
thinking
food
they
and money
had
and everything.
no jobs
No,
or,
Sarah
it
Amati
was
is one of the mediums in the group. You can ask her. She lives in Nigeria. She'll tell you. She'll be like, no, it's not that. She doesn't know why either. it's
They're
a
just
problem,
poopy
but the government,
buckets.
yeah, it's like a cultural thing or something. I don't know. They're just assholes. But I mean, sometimes they're Americans too. Okay, so just don't get me wrong there. They're
Oh,
definitely
no,
they're
it could be
worldwide. Okay.
anyone.
But just don't ever send your money unless the
And
person has a scheduling software like I do, or like any of the other mediums in the mediums group have. We all have a professional software you can see. And that's,
yeah, and I saw that post from you about 4 days after, and I was
shoot.
like, timing is everything.
It sure
But
is. It sure is.
you know, it could have been a lot worse. So
Yeah. So I'm glad you didn't lose too much.
yeah.
Some people lose like millions of dollars. So
Oh yeah, no,
yeah.
I'm a little teacher on the reservation here. There ain't millions of dollars anywhere.
There ain't no millions of dollars to give away. Right, I get it.
Yeah.
All right. Kayla, can you put your hand down too? I think you're done, Kayla and Debbie.
Oh
You're
shoot.
done. And then I'm
I'm
gonna
trying.
ask. It's okay. Hey Sam, did you have a question?
Hand down. Good job.
Thanks. You're welcome.
Hi, Hollis. Kumud here from India. I just had a small question.
Sure.
I just wanted to check, would debit card payments work through your link? I have a Visa card, so I would like to book a reading with you.
Yeah, I think it'll either go through Stripe or PayPal, but if it doesn't, because I know India blocked some stuff.
Yeah,
you can
that was only PayPal. Yeah.
Oh, it's only PayPal, but you could probably do Stripe, eh?
Yes, there is Stripe, and I have a Visa card, so I think international payments are allowed. I'll just check with my bank. In any case,
Yeah, you can just try it. Worst case scenario is it declines, right? And then you can I can also do Google Pay.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'll keep that option open. If not, I have friends in the US who could probably pay you, directly, like through the link. I can do that too, right? I can ask them to pay you.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, you can. Yep. That's fine. They can book for you, and they'll just give you the email with the link. Whoever shows up on the meeting, that's who I'm giving a reading to.
Yes,
Okay.
I'll ask either a friend or a cousin who live in the US to pay in case the payment doesn't go through from here. I just wanted to check that.
Yeah, I've done many readings. People in India really enjoy the astrology charts. So
Yes.
it's I'm very popular. Yeah, astrology is kind of a big thing in your culture there. You guys are smart in that way.
Very true. A friend of mine, I recommended her to you. She really liked the reading because she lost her daughter to suicide in 2021, and she took the astrology reading from you, and she was really very happy. So I'm really curious to know. Yeah, I would like to take that. And also,
planets tell a story, that's for sure.
Yeah.
You'd like to learn from me.
Yes. Mediumship, I would like to learn from you.
Okay. Well, I'm happy to teach it. I love teaching. I'm a Virgo, so I'm a natural teacher.
Yes.
I'm a Virgo too.
I've been dating 2 years since my partner passed away. So yeah.
Yeah. That's a Virgo. It's a Virgo trait. We love to teach. So, and I just love to teach. So I'm happy to show you the way. I love to watch students grow, as you can see, and I celebrate them in our group. I've helped Sarah and stuff like that. There's a lot of people in the group that I've helped. And they'll be happy to say, yep, Hollis helped me.
So,
yep, okay.
I'll try and book a reading from here. If it doesn't happen, I'll let you know and I'll ask my friend to pay. I'll keep you posted.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. All right. Come on.
Thank you.
All right. I look forward to it. You're welcome.
Yep. Have a nice evening. Bye.
You too. Bye-bye. Sam, do you have a question?
Yeah, sorry, I couldn't find my mute button.
Okay.
I just wonder why, like, sometimes I have really strong attractions only to animals, like
the need to save them. And I really don't like, I care about people, but I really don't care about the human race. I only like, I'm drawn to animals. Animals are drawn to me. So is that what they call an empath, or what? How do you know if you're
An
an
empath?
empath? Yes.
You're an empath. You're an empath. Almost everybody's an empath at this point. Because an empath is somebody that grew up with trauma, and then as a result you develop empathy, which is where you can predict other people's emotions, and you can feel other people's emotions without them speaking it.
Yeah, that's definitely. And for me, it's like I don't know why.
It's a defense
been this way,
mechanism from trauma, honey.
but it's been this way since I was 16. Like the like when somebody walks past a dog that's starving, like I'm the one there feeding it. Or if somebody walks past, like, a little duckling stuck, I'm the one that gets out of the car and gets it. Like I just,
Sure.
I have anxiety attacks about it, that when I have to deal with a really hard rescue case.
I think that sometimes we're gifted with stuff, and what you need to do is recognize your boundaries, sort of like we talk about with mediums, where you can help as much as you can, but you have to find your boundary, which means that you have to find it essentially means that you have to learn how to have boundaries in order to grow as a spiritual person. And so the gift is there to overwhelm you until you find your boundaries.
It's definitely overwhelming. Like
so the
I'm
idea is the best thing to do is don't take it in. Don't take in the suffering of the animal.
That's my problem.
Mm-hmm. Right. So that's a boundary. And so you're probably doing that in other parts of your life as well. And so this is where coaching comes in. Okay.
Okay.
All right, Sam.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, Amanda, do you have a question? And then I'm
Hi
going to be
there.
done.
I was
Hey
just
there.
wondering if you're able to locate missing items.
Sometimes. Sometimes the spirits will show me where it is.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, it takes a little bit of focus, but I can usually. Sometimes. All right. All right, my friends. It was fun. I don't know why it didn't go live. It was supposed to. It didn't go live on my page. It says it's live, but it's not. So yeah, it says it's yeah. So you wanted to know where you could watch it. I did. Okay, I am live at least on YouTube. So if you wanted to watch it, you can go to my YouTube page. Let me give you that link. I think it's called youtube.com/@divine androgen spirituality, and then just go to live videos. Okay. You can also see some recordings. My spouse has been trying to like kind of cut up little pieces of the other ones because they're recorded, and then she kind of like blurs out the faces and stuff and tries to make it so that you can understand what happened in the reading. Okay. But there's in the thing is my YouTube page, and you can see a recording of today's events. Okay, someone else asked that. Ashley Gallo did. Okay. All right, my friends. Please, if you have time or energy and you appreciate the reading that you got today or whatever, I appreciate any reviews you might put in the group for me. or on my Google page. You can just go to Google and search Divine Androgen or Hollis Taylor psychic medium. If you search Hollis Taylor psychic medium, you'll find me right at the top there. It's Divine Androgen. But you can also find my page, Divine Androgen, on Google. Okay. And you can review me right there on Google if you'd like. And I appreciate that too. Okay. And of course you can review me in the group. There's another group called Mystical Connections if you're into psychic readings and such. Sometimes I go live there when I'm doing things that are not medium related. When they're, and so some of the other readers in the group that also do like tarot readings and the such, they may also post in that group. It's called Mystical Connections. It's pinned to the top of the mediums group, but you can also find the link here in the chat. It's a great group. We're building it. Please invite your friends that enjoy psychic readings or metaphysical topics. Okay. And I think I've said everything that I was supposed to say, and if I didn't know, well, I guess I wasn't supposed to say it this time. I'm so glad that my mouth didn't take me out. It's still a little sore, but I'm glad it didn't take me out. It's just kind of in the background. This little we'll just hope that my ovaries go ahead and take a nap like they're supposed to. A long, long nap. Forever. Until the end of my life anyway. Okay. You're welcome, Erica. It was my pleasure. Your daughter's hilarious. She's very cute. So I appreciate you all. Enjoy your day, enjoy your evening. Know that your loved ones are with you always and forever. They always will be and always have been and will continue to be. So just know right here in your heart, just know that they're with you. Okay? And they can hear you. So don't forget to send some love to them. Don't forget to say, hey, I see you sending me that sign. Validate them. Don't question them because then they'll just stop. Validate them instead. All right? What's it going to hurt to believe that the sign is true? You're not hurting a damn thing by believing, okay? In fact, you're helping yourself. So don't do that. Okay? All right, my friends. Bye-bye. And sweet love to all of you. Thank you. Good night.